your songs, they're about the teenage way of life. To sing them today, how does it feel? Do you have to reconnect with your inner teenage, or?
I don't think about that at all. So I don't have any problem with singing the songs or having a connection with the songs. I'm never trying to think back to as I was as a teenager in relation to the songs. I think it's because of having sung the songs over decades of my life that I don't have just that connection to, say, when I was, some of the songs I wrote when I was 15, or other times where I don't think, it might cross my mind at times, but I don't have to feel like I have to get into that kind of way of thinking. The first album has been the overwhelming favorite of the majority of people, and so in a sense our entire career has been promoting, in a way, that first album.
We're probably not promoting it, we're probably celebrating it. And we're celebrating it along with the audience. We do a lot of improvising with the music, and as a result of that, it's kind of built into the show that there's always a freshness to it. The variety of music that we play is greater than what we might be associated with, and that allows the show to really surprise people every night as well, because they come thinking that they're going to hear something, and they hear that, but then they hear other things as well.
The name of the band, how did you came up with it first? And was it at some point maybe hard to wear?
Yeah, I think we should have maybe had another name.
In the beginning, the name Violent Femmes was provocative to some people, and sometimes we would not get gigs because of it, or there was a problem. But then other bands came along with weirder names like Butthole Surfers, and it's like, so suddenly we were okay. And then the name came about as a friend of mine asked me, do you have any brothers and sisters? I said, yeah, I have a brother. What's he like? Just like me. He's got his own punk band, everything, which was not true. He was an insurance salesman. So then he said, what's the name of your brother's band? And then, of course, I had to think of something. And I just came up with, he's in Violent Femmes. And that's how the name came about before the band was formed. And then I think we realized it was a good name in some way or another. And it has been, it's worked for us.
A lot of people would think something called Violent Femmes wouldn't be music that they would like as much as then I feel they do like our music, but it could create a little barrier to certain audiences or people finding out about us.
Is there areas of music where you would like to go that you have not touched yet?
Well, I think one thing maybe we would both have is instruments that we've been playing over the years more than, or perhaps even not at all, when we first started. So my thought goes to the violin or fiddle or whatever anyone would choose to call it, that I've played more and more of that, and just a little bit in Violent Femmes.
I live in Australia, and so that means that we're not together all the time, so I play a lot of music down there, like I play with the Australian Chamber Orchestra, which is like one of the best classical music groups in the world, and I was lucky enough to get involved with them. So that's a completely different style of music. I play a lot of Japanese traditional music. I'm a licensed teacher of shakuhachi, bamboo flute. So there's a lot of this stuff that goes on that we both do outside of the band, but the band itself is elastic enough that we can incorporate that stuff into our performances and recordings as well.
I'm sure don't even know all the people that each one of us has worked with, and collaborations are such a challenge and a pleasure for me, and I assume for us. So there's been a lot of people, and hopefully there will continue to be more.